Dear students, today again I am meeting with you to discuss next paper of your syllabus, which is about corporate accounting. If we talk about the structure of this paper, then this paper is divided into two parts, Unit 1 and Unit 2. In Unit 1, you have to attempt 2 long questions in your final exam. And in the same way, from Unit 2, you also have to attempt 2 long questions in your final exams. Each long question will carry 10 marks. In this way, in total 40 marks based long questions you have to attempt in your final exams. In addition to this, 10 short answer type questions you also have to attempt in your final exams. Each short answer is carrying 3 marks. In this way, 70 marks are given for your external evaluation and 30 marks are kept for the internal performance of the students in the form of internal assessment. So now let's discuss syllabus of this paper. Under Unit 1, first of all, you will see topic regarding the share capital, regarding the debentures. If we talk about the capital, as you study in your previous classes, in case of sole trader, the owner of the business will have to contribute money in the form of capital in the business to run its business. In the same way, in case of partnership firms, partners need to contribute towards the capital of the partnership firm. In case of companies, they will arrange their capital in the form of shares or debentures, which they issue to the public. For this, they give invitation to the public to subscribe their shares or debentures. So in this paper, you are going to learn all the rules, regulations, principles for recording these transactions. Those are connected with the issuing of share capital, issuing of debentures to the public. In this paper, another topic is about redemption of shares, redemption of debentures. After the long period, if companies need to repay the money to the shareholders or debenture holders, then companies will redeem those shares or debentures. This process is known as redemption of shares or redemption of debentures. So in this case, companies will repay the money to the shareholders and get back their units. In the same way, debenture holders will also get their money from the company, and company will get free from this debt liability, which company arranges earlier in the form of debenture instruments. Next, you will find here topic about right issue, bonus issue. In case company issues shares to the existing shareholders, but without getting any amount from them, then such shares are known as bonus shares. It means company is issuing shares to the existing shareholders in the form of bonus, not getting any cost against those shares from the shareholders. Likewise, in case of right issues, company is giving right to the existing shareholders to buy again more shares of the company at the same price or at the discounted price. So this right is known as the right issue. So you have to learn how to record all these transactions in the books of accounts of the companies. Here you will also see topic regarding underwriters. Underwriters are those middlemen, those take the responsibility to sell the shares to the public on the behalf of the companies. These underwriters are getting commission from the companies which is known as underwriting commissions. Here you will learn that how to make the accounts of these underwriters, how to record transactions regarding the underwriting activities of the underwriters. In the second unit of this syllabus, you will see final accounts of the companies. Final accounts, as you study in your previous classes, final accounts, when we talk about, it means we are talking about the profit and loss account of the entity and balance sheet of the company, firm or sole trader. So here also in the same way, person need to prepare, company needs to prepare its final accounts in the form of profit and loss accounts of the company and balance sheets of the companies. So here, what is the basic difference between the final accounts belonging to the individual sole trader business or connected with the partnership firm's business? Here you will find a specific or fixed pro forma regarding the profit and loss account and balance sheet of the companies. Under these pro forma, under these forms, you will see specific heads and specific order is there to record the transactions under profit and loss account and balance sheet. So before recording the transactions under these final accounts, one needs to understand, one needs to learn about the heads. Those are specified under these performance of balance sheet and profit and loss account, and the order in which transactions have to enter under these specific performance. Another important topic is here about computing the remuneration connected with the managers. As per Companies Act 2013, some maximum limit is provided under section 197 about the remuneration connected with the managers. So here maximum limit is specified, which is calculated on the basis of the net profit of the company. That this is the maximum limit which companies can give to their managers. Managers may be whole-time managers or managers may be managing directors. So this limit is about 11% of the profit of the company. In this way, no any company can give remuneration to their managers more than 11% of the profit of the companies. But in case company is having more than one whole-time director, manager or managing director in the company, then they can give more than 5% remuneration to these managers. But maximum limit is 11%. Here is another situation also. Suppose there is a losses in the company or inadequate profit is there in the company, then in this situation effective capital will be taken as the base to find out the maximum limit of the manager's remuneration. So here you will find various slabs regarding the effective capital which are specified under this law, that in case effective capital is more than 1 crore but less than 5 crore, then this is the maximum limit of the remuneration which can company give to their personnel. So all these law based provisions you have to learn under this unit. Next you will find in this section accounts regarding subsidiary companies and holding companies. So what is holding company? What is subsidiary company? The company which hold the business of the other company in the form of having more than 50% voting rights in that particular company, then this company is known as the parent company or holding company. So in case company has ownership in another company which is more than 51%, and with this company is having right to take financial and operating decisions of the other company, then such company is known as the holding company. Against to this, whose ownership is acquired by the holding company is known as the subsidiary company. For example, Tata Consultancy Services. This company is the subsidiary of the Tata company. So in this case, Tata company is the holding company and Tata Consultancy Services is the subsidiary company. State Bank of India is the holding company of the State Bank of India Canada subsidiary company. So in this way you will find various more examples regarding the holding companies and the subsidiary companies. As per in this unit of your syllabus, you have to learn how to make consolidated balance sheets of the holding companies by including the affairs of their subsidiary companies. So collectively, if we talk about this paper, then you are going to learn about the rules and regulations regarding the recording the transactions with respect to company's affairs. Those are basically connected with the issuing of shares, issuing of debentures, redeeming of shares, redeeming of debentures, and forfeiture of shares and forfeiting of debentures. Also, finally, you have to prepare final accounts of the companies, including the calculation method of the manager's remuneration, and you also have to learn about the holding company and subsidiary companies accounts. So this is the brief outline of the syllabus of corporate accounting paper. So in this way, again I am inviting you for attending the PCP in our department, but I also suggest that before coming to the PCP, personal contact programs in our department, you should visit the departmental website and check the syllabus provided on the departmental website. Also, you should go through the lessons of this paper. Those are already uploaded on the departmental website, so that you can ask to your teacher more clearly about the topics of this paper. Thank you.